Bishut Mara Verabotai, today we are after Tu B'Av, and we know why we do Tu B'Av. We do Tu B'Av because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the most joy that he has when he see Jewish people getting married. Because the more there is Jewish people, the more there is Torah. And the more there is Jewish people, the more the name of Hashem is spread all over the world. This is Tu B'Av. The Gemara said, Lo hayu yamim tovim liYisrael ki Tu B'Av. The Jewish people did not have good days like Tu B'Av. That means Tu B'Av was most important than Rosh Hashanah, Shavuot, Sukkot, Kippur. Tu B'Av was, and Tu B'Av, it's not a holiday of the Torah. Tu B'Av is just only one day that something happened that day. What happened? That day, the Jewish girls, they will go to the field, to the parks, and they are very well dressed, and they meet boys, and they get married. Now, other girls, they don't have nice clothes. Only rich girls has nice clothes. So on Tu B'Av, the poor girls, they will go to ask from rich girls to lend them some clothes. And the rich girls, that day, they will not refuse. It was a custom that the rich girls, they will give nice clothes to the poor girls. So that day, you see all the girls wearing nice clothes. So you cannot remark who is the poor girl, who is the rich girl, because they all have nice clothes. And that day, the big surprise comes when a man sees a beautiful girl with nice clothes, so he thinks automatically she's rich. She's a good girl, she's rich. And he like her. And the same day, they ask her for a wedding, for marriage. And so he asked her where she live. Well, she would tell him she would live in Bronx, and she would tell him she live somewhere, a poor area. Well, it's not so bad. Why? Because unfortunately, people always judge the person from the beginning. But if you don't judge the person from the beginning, so everything is good. Bemet, this is the problem. Even in Shidduchim, in Shidduchim, when people started to ask too much about the person, you can never find the one you want. It's impossible. Even me, I wanted a girl to get married from Morocco, and I wanted her to be this and this and this, and then I didn't get all what I wanted. You understand? At the end, I didn't get all what I wanted. But you know what I did? I relied on my father. My father told me, this girl, she's your mazal. I told my father, Papa, but I don't know her, you don't know her. Let me ask. So he told me, if you ask about her, you will not marry her. Because she's not the way that, she's not the type of girl that you want. So just don't ask. And I did not ask, and I did not ask, and then I started to find out that she's not the one that I wanted to marry. But because already I liked her, so that's it. So exactly, you see, Bemet, the most important is to look for a good girl. If she's nice family, that's it. You don't need to know if she's rich, not rich, which seminar she went, too much. The most important is the Shamayim. Shlomo Melech said, Eshet Hayy Mimtza שקר החן והבל היופי, ישי at Hashem zithalal. You should look for the at Hashem. And this is, and on Tu B'Av, all the girls, they were Yirei Shamayim. All the girls, that day, the Hachamim made that day that all the girls were equal. So any girl that you see, you don't know who is she. You cannot ask her, are you rich or not? Nothing. Usually we don't ask that. Just you meet the one, you like her, that's it. Who is she? You will know after. But after you find out that it's not the one you like, you were looking for. But in the meantime, Baruch Hashem, you like her, you marry her. I tell you something. A lot of times, people, the more, the Gemara said, Kashi zivugu shel adam kika'at yam suf. The zivug is very, 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 it's not easy, the zivug. The zivug, it's like ka'at yam suf. Why? Because when the Bnei Israel left Egypt, they had to go to Har Sinai to receive the Torah. But then Paro ran after them to get them to bring them back to Egypt. So they were shocked. So Hashem said to Moshe, tell them to go straight to the sea. Straight to the sea. And after the sea, they will stop. So the Bnei Israel, they went straight, they arrived to the sea and they stopped. Now they had a big problem. The Egyptians were behind them, and the left and right is the desert, and in front of them is the sea. What can we do? There is no solution. What can they do? So Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, tell them to go ahead. Ahead is impossible. Tell them to go ahead. And they went, and the sea split. So the mazal is the same. You don't know who is your mazal. From Morocco, from a Grimesian, a Pinto, a Biton, a Rothschild, a Schwarz, Greenberg, Greenwood, who, me, David Pinto, I always thought I will marry a Moroccan girl. Afayat or Cohen, a Moroccan girl. And I prayed for a Moroccan girl. And one day I decided not to pray for the Moroccan girl because maybe my mazal is not from Morocco. So I started to pray Hashem, I want a mazal. This is a lot of people, the focus on somebody. Maybe that somebody is not your mazal. You have to pray to Hashem. Mazal, where? I don't know. Like the Bnei Israel, when they left Egypt, they did not know from where they can carry on. They did not know where, from where. Straight on is the sea. Behind them, it's impossible. The Egyptian. Right, left is desert. So they did not know what to do. They didn't know what to do. So that's what the mazal exactly. We don't know from where is our mazal. From Morocco, from Canada, from New York, from where, we don't know. All what we need to do to pray to Hashem. The only solution is Hashem. He's the one who knows what is the type of neshama you have, and what type of. He knows the size of your neshama. He will give you the size of your neshama. Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why the zivug of a man is very hard, like Atem Suf. Nobody knows. So you have to pray. So now, those girls, on Tu B'Av, those girls, they used to go to the field. Now, who is their mazal? A rich man, a poor man, who Oh, now, you have to know something. The girls at the time, there is poor boys, there is poor girls. Of course, a poor girl, she would like to marry a rich man. A rich man, maybe he prefer to marry a rich girl. So Hashem he made that no one knows what you are. What are you? You are Jewish, that's it. So people used to exchange clothes. So everybody was wearing nice clothes. So the most important they were looking for not for beauty, they were looking for a nice girl with good midot. And that is Tu B'Av. And you know Tu B'Av is after the Chorban Beit HaMikdash. Even that the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed on the 9 and the 10 of Av, but the Tu B'Av came after. Can you imagine? A few days ago, it was Tu B'Av, it was Tisha B'Av. We did Avilut for the destruction of Beit HaMikdash during 3 weeks, 21 days, no music, nothing, and suddenly, after Tisha B'Av, we do a big event, Tu B'Av. And Tu B'Av, it's the best day of all days of the year, because people get married. What a connection, Tisha B'Av and Tu B'Av. The answer is, I would like to give you a beautiful answer. What it is Tu B'Av? Tu B'Av, the calculation of Tu B'Av is number 15. Tu is number 15. And the number of 15 is the name of God, Yud-Ke. The number 15 is the name of Hashem. Hashem has a lot of names, but one of the names of Hashem is Yah. Shifti Yah Eidot Israel. Yah. Yud-Ke. This is very important. And if you take Ish, Isha, man, woman, you will find on the Ish there is a Yud, on the Isha there is a He. Yud-Ke. The name of Hashem on the Ish and the Isha. That means that when you get married, you don't marry only a woman, you marry Hashem as well. So that means that Hashem, the name of Hashem, is among the man and the woman. And I would like to tell you something. The Beit HaMikdash represents the prestige. It was the prestige. Beit HaMikdash, it was the prestige of the house of Hashem. And the Beit HaMikdash, you know what the symbol of Beit HaMikdash? Shiftiyah Eidot Israel. On Beit HaMikdash, the Jewish people, they used to be united there. On Yerushalayim, all the Jews from all Eretz Israel, they used to come to the Beit HaMikdash, because the Beit HaMikdash is the place of Yud-Ke. It's Hod. The Beit HaMikdash. So that means when the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, when so now we have the Beit HaMikdash, which the symbol of the Beit HaMikdash is the name of God. Hod is number 15. Hod, He, Vav, Dalet, it's 15. And you have Ish, Isha, man, woman. Between them there is Yud-Ke, Hod. There is the number 15. So when the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, we mourn the Chorban Beit HaMikdash. That means that the Hod, the number 15 that represents the Beit HaMikdash, it's now in the hand of the Satan. No. The Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, but the small Beit HaMikdash that there is in every house, every Jewish house, it was not destroyed. That was the purpose of why Hashem, he said, Ve'asu li Mishkan, do me a Mishkan, but I will live among the Jews. So the question is, Rabbi Meir, the question is, if Hashem, he want to live among the Jewish people, so why do we need the Beit HaMikdash? Hashem said, build me a house, build me a Beit HaMikdash, but I will live among you. V'shachanti betocham. So, you understand? It's like, I tell you, buy fish, but I will eat with him. Buy me fish, it's like, buy me fish. So if I tell you buy me fish, that means I will eat by you. Buy me fish, but I will eat the fish by him. So why I have to tell you buy me fish? You understand? Mm-hmm. So the answer is, Hashem, he wants us to see the Beit HaMikdash as a sample, that we have to live our life like the Beit HaMikdash life. You understand? Do you understand? So now the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, Beseder, but the Jewish house was not destroyed. The Beit HaMikdash, Baruch Hashem, was not destroyed. The Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, but the Jewish house, it's not destroyed. So Baruch Hashem, we are here. This is Tu B'Av. That's why today, even that we don't have Beit HaMikdash, okay, we don't have Beit HaMikdash, but Baruch Hashem, we have our own Jewish home. And each Jewish home, it's a Beit HaMikdash. Each Jewish home, it's a Hod. Each Isha, Yudke. It's something incredible. Now you have to understand why the Beit HaMikdash. I was reading a beautiful story. It was a man, a big rabbi. He came to the Beit HaMikdash, and he saw a blind man walking. And he asked the Rebbe, can you find me somebody to take me home? So he saw one of the students. He told him, hey Moshe, can you take this man home? He's a blind. So Moshe told him, Rabbi, he can't wait till I finished the prayer of Tisha B'Av. So the rabbi asked him, why you will pray on Tisha B'Av? He said, well, the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because of Sri'at Hinam, because people didn't help other people. So he told him, so you, instead of crying the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, cry of your own destruction, because you don't want to help this man. Because the reparation of the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash is doing good things. And now I ask you to do a hesed with this man, you don't do it. I mean, it's crazy. We cry why Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, but really we don't do nothing to repair it. We don't do nothing to repair it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yes, that means we do nothing. It's you know that the Shlom Bayit, it's so important, the Shlom Bayit, or the Shalom between us. It's like the Binyan Beit HaMikdash. It's Binyan Beit HaMikdash, because all the Inyan of Beit HaMikdash is to put the name of Hashem together, Yud-Ke. And the Shvatim, the 12 tribes, Shiftiyah Eidut L'Yisrael, is the name Yud-Ke among Am Israel. So that means a couple who live in Shalom, so they are repairing the name of God. When Jewish people are living B'Shalom, they are repairing the name of God, Shalom. And the Beit HaMikdash represent Shalom. The Beit HaMikdash represent the name of Yudke. You know, there is a big tzaddik who said, Abraham Volozhin, he said, מי שבוכה על בית המקדש, זוכה לראות בבניינו. He said, anyone who cry the destruction of Beit HaMikdash, he will have the zechut to see his binyan. Zoche veroe. And the Rabbi Volozhin said, the Gemara don't say, Zoche shir'e. He will have the zoche to see. Zoche veroe, that means he leave the binyan Beit HaMikdash. You understand me? There is a difference when you talk about the future or about the present. If you cry the Churban Beit HaMikdash, Zoche veroe, you have the zechut to see right now, not after, now. But the question, when I read this morning, I had a question, but I don't see nothing now. I don't see nothing now. Understand me? But the feeling, it's like a feeling that if I ask you, do you see Hashem? You will tell me no. Do you feel Him? Well, no. If you don't feel Him, it's a problem. You will never have emunah. Feeling HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if you don't feel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you cannot do it, no, any mitzvah. It's impossible. It's impossible. So now, this is part 1. Why we do Tu B'Av. So Baruch Hashem Tu B'Av today, it's a mamash, the real reparation of the sphere of Hod, the real reparation of the Churban Beit HaMikdash, it's by doing good things. Today there is no people who, we don't have today Beit HaMikdash to borrow clothes to somebody. Today, we don't do this today. The Tu B'Av was when the Beit HaMikdash, a few thousand years ago. But Tu B'Av, it's at least, you know the story, you know what happened to B'Av. You don't need to fix one day in your life to do good things. You can do Tu B'Av every day. Tu B'Av, it's every day. When the Beit HaMikdash was on, we have the Beit HaMikdash. There was a lot of ways how to build the name of Hashem, Yud-Ke. Today we don't have the Beit HaMikdash, so we build the name of Hashem by Shlom Bayit, Yud-Ke, by Ahavat Israel, Yud-Ke, עمודות היו רגלים בשער ירושלים, שבטי העדות לישראל. We can repair the name of Hashem, Yud-Ke, by doing Hesed. There is a lot of ways. How you can put together the name of Hashem. And besides this, when you fight the Safek, when you fight Amalek, Kiyah al-Kesiyah, Amalek, he wanted to divide the name of God. The name of Hashem is Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. And Amalek, he wanted to divide the name of Hashem. Yud-Ke from the Vav-Ke. So, by Be'ezat Hashem, by having Emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we put together the name of Hashem, Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. So, Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. So you see, the name of God, Yud-Ke, we have more opportunity today to repair it than before. Even that we don't see any, the Beit HaMikdash is not built yet, but Hashem will consider that you did your part. Now, my friend, this is part number 1. Part number 2, we see when the Bnei Israel, before they left the desert to enter Israel after the war that the Jewish people did with Sihon and Og, and they won the war, and they captured a lot of lands. The tribes of Reuben and Gad, they came to Moshe, and they told Moshe, we have a lot of sheep, we don't want to enter Israel, we prefer to live outside Israel, because the land of Og and Sihon, they were outside the land of Israel, and there is a lot of, we have a lot of sheep, and there is a lot of, vegetable for them. So, can you give us this land? At the beginning, Moshe, he was very angry. He told them, are you crazy? 38 years ago, we sent the spies to spy Eretz Israel, and they criticized Eretz Israel, and because of them, we stayed 38 years in the desert, and all those people, they die. All that generation die. Now you, the descendants, you don't want to go to Eretz Israel? So what the Jewish people will see? They will start to tell me they will not go to Eretz Israel as well. I mean, you want to give bad influence to the Jews? Moshe Rabbeinu was very angry against them. So they told them, Moshe Rabbeinu, we love Eretz Israel. We just want to stay here because we have too much land. We have too much sheep. But we will go to Eretz Israel. We will fight with our brothers. And we stay with them till they won the war. Till they will establish themselves in Eretz Israel. Then we can come back. It's not that you think, Moshe, that we will not fight for the Jewish people. Because Moshe Rabbeinu told them, it's not fair. The land of Sihon and the land of Og, who fight it? All the Jews. And now they all fight it, they all put their life at risk, and you want to stay there, and you will not fight for them? It's not fair. You fight, they fight it for you, and you don't fight for them. You understand me? You understand, yes? Because when they fight the land, the two big kings, Og and Sihon, all the Jews fight it. And now suddenly, Reuben and Gad, they want this land that it was captured with the fight of all Jews. It's not fair. What about the old Jews now that they're going to go to fight Eretz Israel? You will not help them. They said, no, we will help them. So Moshe accepted. Moshe Rabbeinu said, okay, if you do that, I accept. If you do that, I accept. I give you, if you go and fight the land, you fight with all the Jewish people, Eretz Israel, so I accept. You come back to your land only when all the Jewish people, they will establish themselves in Eretz Israel. Now the question is, why did Moshe Rabbeinu accept? I don't understand how those two tribes, because they had a lot of sheep, they will not live in Eretz Israel, the Holy Land. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu accept? I don't understand. For sheep, you will lose Yishuv Eretz Israel. You will lose the mitzvah to live in Eretz Israel. Would you do that, you? I don't understand. And Moshe Rabbeinu accept. It's hard for me to accept. It's very hard for me to accept. You know that there is mitzvot in Eretz Israel that you cannot do them in those land that they captured. Those land they captured, the land of Og and the land of Sihon, it's outside Eretz Israel. You cannot do there the mitzvot. You cannot do there. You cannot do there. There is no Shemitah there. There is no. There is no mitzvot. There is Maaser. There is no Kohanim. There is no. I don't understand how Moshe accepted. And I don't understand how tzaddikim like those people, they accept it. I don't understand. And then Moshe Rabbeinu accepted. At the beginning, Moshe Rabbeinu was very angry. And then, why he was angry? Because he said, it's not fair that you will stay here and you will not fight for your brothers. Why your brothers, they fight it with you. Now you want to take this land with the blood of your brothers? No. And then he said, no, Moshe, we just will live here the sheep, we leave our wives, children, and we go fight for them. We stay with them till they establish themselves. But still, I don't understand. How can you do that? You know what I'm thinking? Incredible. Be'emet. Reuben and Gad, they were really tzaddikim. There is a Gemara who said that why they had a lot of sheep, because they never eat the meat. They only eat the manna. Because in the desert, the Jewish people, they had the choice to eat the meat if they wanted, or to eat the man. The man was from the Shamayim. But as you know, a lot of times the Jewish people, they complain about the man. And the Reuben and Gad never complain about the man. So never they eat meat. So automatically, because they did not eat meat, so they had a lot of sheep. A lot of sheep. Lot. And they said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, we have two reasons that it's good for us to stay outside Eretz Israel. For two reasons. First reason, that all the sheep that we have, you have to give us a big land. So that we have to reduce the land from the Jews. It's too much that we have. And there is so many Jews. So it's better for you, Moshe, give them our land, our part of Eretz Israel, and we stay here. It's a Mesirut Nefesh. You understand me? It's beautiful, you know? Yeah, the answer. It's like Ahavat Israel. Moshe, you're intelligent. Look what we have. If you have to give us a land in Eretz Israel, that means you have to give us a big land. What about the rest? How are they going to live? What Reuben and Gad did not understand, that Eretz Israel, it's like an elastic. The more people there is there, Eretz Israel becomes bigger. But that, they did not see that. But Moshe Rabbeinu, he didn't want to enter in deep discussion with them. But they had another reason. They said, Moshe, Og, and Sihon, they were like les gardiens, how do you say the guardian?
Guardian.
The guardian of the whole Eretz Israel. So we want to stay in the front, and the border. So if any enemies want to come, we will fight them first for Eretz Israel. So they showed Ahavat Israel. That was the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu accepted. And they told Moshe, Moshe, you have to believe us. Because we believe a lot on Hashem. What the proof that we believe a lot on Hashem? We did not eat the meat. We eat only the man. So you can trust us. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu trusts them. You understand? That's why Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he trusts them. Why he trusts them? Because be'emet, they never eat meat. They only eat the man. So their body was holy. Now there is a problem. Moshe Rabbeinu was a prophet. He knew all this. So why when they told him we want the land of Sihon and Og, why he shouted them? Why he screamed at them? Why he treat them bad? He knows that their kavanah is L'Shem Shamayim. He knows. So why treat them bad? You know why he treat them bad? So why stop them? You know why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he was worried if he will not stop them, all the Jewish people, they will do a revolution. Why you listen to them and why not? Why to them you give them the land? What about us? We want to stay here. So Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, he had to stop them. He had to compare them as the spies. That you are a bad influence, you are this, you are this, you are this. So the Jewish people, Moshe Rabbeinu, he take, you understand, Moshe Rabbeinu, he protect the Am Israel from another 40 years, God forbid, in the desert. So then they started to explain him. In the meantime, the Jewish people, they listened to their argument. If we want to stay here, only because we want to give more land to the Jews. If we want to stay outside, only because we want to be the first in the front to protect the Jews. When they heard this, no one said nothing. But you know who was the first one to go to exile? Reuben and Gad. Why? Because they were in the front line. They were the first. And they were the first to give the warning to all Jews. Do Teshuvah, because before it happened to you, what it happened to us. And there is something else I want to tell you. Something very, very beautiful. The Gemara said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had Menashe, the half tribe of Menashe. But I have a problem. Menashe, he didn't want to leave Eretz Israel. Why Hashem divided him? Because only Reuben and Dan and Gad, they decided to be outside Eretz Israel, not Menashe. So why Hashem he take half of the shed Menashe to put it with them? Why? He's take a force your family, half of your family to live in this place, and half of your family to live outside this place. Why Hashem divide Menashe? Why Menashe? Why not Shimon? Why not Naphtali? Why not half of another tribe? Why only half of Menashe? You know why? Because Menashe, he was born in Egypt. Menashe, he was a tzaddik. Menashe, he was born with no family, without Yaakov Abinu, without his mother, without nobody, and he was a tzaddik. So Menashe is already the symbol of being Jew outside Israel and to be a tzaddik. So Moshe Rabbeinu said, to live outside Eretz Israel is very dangerous. So you need at least some hashpa'ah of Menashe that can help you. I cannot give you the whole Menashe, but I give you only half of the Menashe. Half of the tribe of Menashe. So why not Ephraim? Ephraim as well, he was the brother of Menashe. He was born in Israel. Why Ephraim? Because Yeshua ben Nun was from Ephraim. And Yeshua ben Nun, he needed all his tribe. So you have only Menashe left. And Menashe is the same letters of Shemona. Neshama. So Menashe was like the Neshama. It's like half Neshama here and half Neshama here. And this half Neshama that was outside Eretz Israel to protect the whole Neshamot of Reuben and Gad. It's like a protection. Israel Arabi Zebezil. Take the first letter of Reuben and take the first letter of Gad, put them together, what it is? Ger. A ger is a stranger. Gerim, like somebody who is a stranger. Reuben and Gad, by being outside Eretz Israel, they're going to be a stranger from the rest. So Hashem put with them Menashe. Understand? So that you will not be feeling like a stranger. And this half of the Shevet of Menashe have a contact with the other half of the Neshama of Menashe. So that make them together. And as you know, if Reuben and Gad, they said to Moshe Rabbeinu, anyway, one day Eretz Israel is going to be destroyed. So everybody is going to go to the exile. Yeah, Moshe. So what a big deal if you give us this here. At least the Jewish people who live in Israel, they will see us living in exile, and they will do all the best they can to be good Jew, that they will not go to exile. So they have some quite good arguments. Reuben and Gad, Moshe Rabbeinu accepted. There is this Hatam Sofer. No, I don't know if you heard of the Sfat Emet. The Sfat Emet, one day, his grandfather, the Chidush Harim, he thought that the Sfat Emet, he did something. So he told him, why you did that? Why you did that? And then he started to shout at him, you know, if you do that, it's no good. If you do that, ba 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 ba. At the end, the Chidush Harim, he said to the Sfat Emet, so, you have something to tell me to protect yourself? So he told him, Papi, I didn't do nothing. What? You accused me for nothing. So why didn't you stop me? You let me help now with criminals. So he told him, Papi, the way you do the tochaha to me, I mean, I love you tochahot. You know what is tochaha?
Rebuke.
Huh?
Rebuke.
Rebuke.
Review.
Review.
Rebuke.
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 Moussar. Tocha is des remontrances. I can't stop, Papi. We need Moussar. So the Sfat Emet said that when the Reuben and Gad they started to talk to Moshe, and Moshe started to scream at them. Why didn't stop him until Moshe, you're wrong. You're wrong. The way you accuse us. It's wrong accusations. And the Satan said, even Reuben and Gad, when they saw Moshe Rabbeinu give them Musar, yeah, they accept it. I mean, a lot of times when people don't like to listen to Musar, people don't like to be accused. Why you do that? Why you do that? But if that's come from a Rav, it's good to accept. Understand? So, Be'at Hashem, יהי רצון בעת השם שנזכה לראות משיח צדקנו במהרה בימינו, אמן כן רצון. And you know that the Or HaChaim HaKadosh Alav HaShalom, he said that Moshe Rabbeinu Alav HaShalom, he said to those two tribes, I accept all what you do. But one thing you have to know, all what you do, you have to do it for Hashem. Not because you're doing a favor to the Jews. You do that for Hashem. Otherwise Hashem will not give you this land. I mean, they might tell the Jews, well, we helped you. Eretz Israel was given to all Jews. There is no here help. Yeah, when you do something you feel like you do tzedakah to somebody, you cannot say to that somebody, I helped you. No, it's Hashem who helped you. Because what you give, it's from Hashem. Hashem give you to give. It's very important to always to feel Hashem in the middle. Always Hashem. You go to the war, you go lifnei Hashem, for Hashem. You go with your brother, for Hashem. Not because, not only he said you are doing a favor to Am Israel to go to fight for them. No, they fight it for you as well. Where you live now, in the land of Sihon and the land of Og, Hashem give it to you. Through the war that the Jews did. So what you do for them, don't forget what they did for you as well. So this is Ahavat Israel. Always appreciate. There was a Rav who said, instead of talking bad about somebody, talk about the good things that he had. A lot of times, there is a Rav who said, why we have two eyes? Why Hashem didn't give us one eye? And he said, one is for you, one to see what your brother needs. Understand? One is for you to see what you need, but the other one to see what the other needs. This is the tikkun of Tu B'Av, the tikkun of Reuben Beit HaMikdash, the tikkun of Sinat Hinam. This is the tikkun of repairing the Beit HaMikdash. ברכה והצלחה.